Hello everyone, my name is Petrúcio Barroso and I come here to talk about the use of the point defect to reduce the coercive voltage in multiferroic materials. The main results showed here was published in the paper Defect Enhanced Polarization Switch in Improper Ferroelectric Lutetium Iron Oxygen 3. The lutetium iron oxygen 3 is a multiferroic material with improper ferroelectricity. It has a hexagonal structure at room temperature with ferroelectric properties below 1000 Kelvin. The ferroelectricity in these compounds is related with the structure 2 up, 1 down of the lutetium ion and coexists with a weak ferromagnetic order below 130 Kelvin. The ferroelectricity in these materials also occur together a freeze of the vibrational modes that make more rigid structure and difficult the motion of the lutetium ions that is necessary to switch the polarization, resulting in a large value of the coercive voltage in these materials. The question to be answered here is how to reduce the energy necessary to switch the ferroelectric polarization in improper ferroelectric. This is particularly important for the developed non-volatile memory with low power consumption. This work was developed in collaboration with Ramamurthy Ramesh and Ilan Martin of the University of California at Berkeley, Daniel Shalom of the Cornell University, and Sverre Silbeck of Northern University. The thin film here studied will grow using pulsed laser deposition. The single crystal yttrium-stabilized zirconium 111 was used as substrate, and the thin films will grow in a weak oxygen environment. The indium tin oxide was used as bottom and top electrode. All layers of the heterostructure here studied was grown in situ, without remove the samples of the deposition chamber to avoid impurities and uncontrolled defect. The number of the defects of the samples was controlled by the thermoannealing treatment and by changing the frequency of the laser repetition. The samples here were characterized by X-ray diffraction, reciprocal space map, atomic force microscope, high-resolution transmission electron microscope, Rutherford backscattering spectroscopy, ferroelectric loop, and IV curve at different temperatures. The density functional theory (DFT) was used to confirm the effect of the oxygen vacance on the ferroelectric properties, and was done using VASP software. In the improper ferroelectric lutetium iron oxygen 3 LFO, the primary order parameter of the ferroelectric phase transition is related with the structure, and the spontaneous polarization is only a secondary parameter. Then, the structural properties are fundamental key to improve the properties in improper ferroelectric. The ferroelectric properties of the lutetium iron oxygen 3 are associated with the freezing of the vibrational mode. To do more soft structure can favor reduce the energy necessary to switch the polarization. In analogy with the classic mass spring system, how more rigid is the spring, more energy is necessary for put the system to oscillate. When the spring is exposed to fatigue or when defects are created on it, the elastic constant of the spring decreases and then reduces the energy necessary for put the system to oscillate. Looking for this analogy, we propose a new mechanism to reduce the coercive voltage in the improper ferroelectric by induced controlled defect on the structure of these materials. The first step of this work was tuning the growth parameter to obtain samples with good crystallinity by PLD. The properties of the samples with better crystallinity are shown in this figure. In this figure, the 16 nanometer of lutetium iron oxygen 3 was grown directly on the yttrium-stabilized zirconium 111 substrate. It is possible to see the 002 peak of the hexagonal lutetium iron oxygen 3 phases with multiple fringes indicate a good crystallinity of the samples. The thickness of the samples was confirmed by X-ray reflectometry measurements. The smooth of the surface was analyzed by AFM, and the stoichiometric ratio between the iron and the lutetium ions was confirmed by Rutherford backscattering spectroscopy measurements, RBS. The presence of the smooth surface observed in the AFM images on thin films produced by PLD indicates that we have obtained stoichiometric samples in agreement with the report done with samples grown by molecular beam epitaxia, MBE. The high-resolution transmission electron microscope on the heterostructure showed the 2-up 1-down sequence of the lutetium ions on the LFO structure. The thickness of the samples also could be checked with these images and agrees with the results obtained by X-ray reflectometry and RBS analysis. The thickness of the indium tin oxide ITO layers used as top and bottom electrodes was confirmed around 25 nanometers. The high-resolution transmission electron microscope images obtained on samples grown by PLD are very similar to the images obtained on the samples produced by molecular beam epitaxia, confirming the good quality of the samples produced by PLD in the optimum growth condition. The ferroelectric loops at 300 and 100 Kelvin of the lutetium iron oxygen treating films grow in optimum conditions is shown here. We can observe that the curves are almost the same, with a little bit more contribution of the free charges at sample measurement at 300 Kelvin. The X-ray diffraction of the samples produced by PLD in comparison with samples produced by molecular beam epitaxia is shown in this figure. The XRD for the samples growth in optimum condition by PLD is shown together the XRD of samples produced by MBE and samples produced by PLD using different oxygen pressure for annealing and samples produced using different frequencies for the laser repetition. It is observed that the intensity of the 002 peak of the LFO samples growth by PLD and MBE are very similar, but the peak in the samples growth by PLD has a little shift to left, indicating that the samples growth by PLD has a high C-LATS parameter if compared with samples growth by MBE. The intensity of this peak is systematically decreased when the oxygen partial pressure on the annealing is reduced and when the frequency of the laser repetition is increasing, and this also increases the shift to left of the peak and increases still more the C-LATS parameter, indicating that the loss of the crystallinity attributed to the increase of the defect like oxygen vacancy and dislocation is responsible to increase the C-LATS parameter. The analysis of the reciprocal space map out of plane revealed the good crystallinity of the samples growth by PLD. However, the shift to left of the 002 peak of the LFO samples growth by PLD is confirmed. The shift to left increases when the intensity of the 002 peak of the LFO decreases, indicating that the loss of the crystallinity attributed to the oxygen vacancy is responsible by the increase of the C-LATS parameter in agreement with results shown by traditional XRD measurement. In the reciprocal space map in plane, we can see the peaks 220 for the substrate yttrium-stabilized zirconia and for the ITO electrodes. These peaks are very similar in both samples, but the peak 115 and 115 referent to the LFO phases are shifted to left and shifted to down, indicating an increase of the C-LATS parameter associated with the decrease of the A-LATS parameter. The high-resolution transmission electron microscope in the samples with optimum growth condition show a low number of the defects in the observed area. However, when the samples are annealed in low oxygen pressure, we can observe a larger number of the defects, like dislocation or failure of stacking. With a zoom on the region without failure of stacking on the samples annealed at low oxygen pressure, 20 mT of oxygen, We can observe a transition region from the sequence on up to down for a region with the sequence to up and down of the lutetium atoms that are associated with the region with different ferroelectric domains with polarization down and up respectively. The region between these two domains has a structure like one down, one middle, and one up, labeled here as Stargaze 123, that is associated with the ferroelectric domains with thickness estimate around 1 nanometer. The calculus of the density functional theory (DFT) was made using VASP software. The evaluation of the neutron domain walls was done using supercell 2x6x1 in a structure like showed in panel A. This computational study revealed that the energy barrier of the domain walls migration is reduced by 27% in the presence of the oxygen vacancy, and oxygen vacancies occur preferentially in the apical site of the iron-oxygen 5 trigonal bipyramids. This indicates that the presence of the defect like oxygen vacancies in the LFO samples can reduce the coercive voltage necessary to switch the polarization. The 123 Stargaze revealed by high-resolution transmission electron microscopy images that could be observed in the DFT calculus. This can be attributed to the small size of the supercell. The ferroelectric loops at 100 Kelvin or samples growth by PLD using different annealing pressure and laser frequency is compared with the ferroelectric loops obtained on samples growth by MBE. All samples have 16 nanometer. In these ferroelectric loops, it is possible to observe that the samples growth by PLD have a small coercive voltage if compared with samples growth by MBE. A drop up to 40% of the coercive voltage is observed with the increase of the number of the defect. We highlighted that through the research with multiferroic and ferroelectric materials did have large increase after 2003, mainly related to the possibility to control the magnetism with voltage and reduce the power consumption of the electronic devices, like non-volatile memory. The research related with improper ferroelectrics is still poor. Few experimental works related with the polarization switch in improper ferroelectric were published up to date. These works reveal that the dynamic of the ferroelectric domain walls in improper ferroelectric is very different from those observed in proper ferroelectric, like PTO and BFO. The materials with improper ferroelectricity is very promissory because it can enable the coexistence of the ferroelectricity and magnetism with a strong magnetic electric coupling above the room temperature. Recently was published that the defect induced by ion bombardment in proper ferroelectric like PTO doped with zirconium is responsible for pinning the ferroelectric domain walls and increasing the coercive voltage. This behavior is hugely different from those observed in improper ferroelectric, where the defect like oxygen vacancy and dislocation induce a reduction of the coercive voltage. The ferroelectric loops for PLD samples at 300 Kelvin is shown in this figure, where we can observe a very good loop at room temperature. The ferroelectric loops also were done in a very large range of the frequency. This data was used to analyze the domain wall motion using the simplified Ishibashi model. The Ishibashi model considered the heterogeneous nucleation of the domains and neglect the dependence of the remanent polarization. In this model, the coercive voltage is proportional to the power of the frequency. In many proper ferroelectric, this power is close to 1/4. However, in improper ferroelectric thin films, the value obtained for this power is quite higher. Another significant difference observed between the properties in proper and improper ferroelectric is that the dispersion of the coercive voltage in improper ferroelectric is almost constant in a long range of the low frequency regime below 1 kHz. To fit this curve, we considered a term referent to the lower limit of the coercive voltage, 2Vc0, in the Ishibashi model. This term are related with the value of the coercive voltage in the limit where the frequency goes to zero in the quasi-static regime. With the fit, we obtain the lower limit of the coercive voltage, 2Vc0, and the value of the exponent of the frequency, B. This exponent B indicates how fast the voltage increases with the frequency. The parameter A is a prefactor that multiplies the frequency. We can see here that our LFO samples growth by PLD with 16 nanometer have a larger value of the exponent B if compared with the value obtained for the PTO samples with 100 nanometer. The PTO is a proper ferroelectric, and the exponent of the frequency is close to 1/4. The values obtained with the fit for LFO and PTO samples are summarized in the table. We show an universal behavior of the normalized switch electrical field as a function of the frequency in the log-log plot. The behaviors obtained for our LFO samples are quite different when compared with the curves obtained for the proper ferroelectric like PTO. Above 1 kHz, the curves obtained for our LFO samples have approximately the same slope, 2/3, and at low frequency regime, the points obtained for our LFO curves show a tendency to a constant value. For PTO, a linear behavior of the switch electrical field is observed in all range of the studied frequency, in this case with slope close to 1/4. The value of the B point and the value of the electrical coercive field in limit of the low frequency AC0 show a strong dependence with the thickness, as revealed in this figure. The ferroelectric properties on single crystal with improper ferroelectricity, hexagonal erbium manganese O3 with thickness around a millimeter was recently published and report a exponent value around 0.1. This agrees with the result shown here for the LFO samples, where the B value decreases with the increase of the thickness. This work also identifies a low limit of the coercive voltage at low frequency. The presence of the defect in the LFO samples increases the linkage current up to orders of the magnitude. But in all cases, the ferroelectric loops have U-shape preserved. The coexistence of the ferroelectricity with a large number of the free charges opens the possibility for using these materials to develop new photovoltaic devices based on the ferroelectric properties. Up to date, the efficiency of the ferroelectric photovoltaic device has been very small, with maximum value of the efficiency around 8% obtained for the multiferroic material, bismuth iron oxygen 3. The low efficiency obtained in the ferroelectric photovoltaic devices has been mainly attributed to the difficulty to flow the photoproduced charges that favor the recombination process. The possibility of the coexistence of ferroelectricity with a large number of the free charges in improper ferroelectric materials open the new opportunity to increase the efficiency in the ferroelectric photovoltaic devices. In conclusion, in this work we show important difference between the switch properties of the polarization in proper and improper ferroelectrics. The mechanism to switch the polarization is quite different in improper ferroelectric materials. The thickness reduction is a critical parameter in improper ferroelectric and needed to be considered to develop electronic devices like non-volatile memory. The presence of the defect like oxygen vacancy and dislocation in improper ferroelectric increases the mobility of the domain walls and reduces the coercive voltage. This is hugely different for those is observed for the proper ferroelectric materials. This is a new mechanism for tuning the ferroelectric properties in improper ferroelectric materials. This is reported in this work. There is a low limit of the electric coercive field in improper ferroelectrics that is strongly dependent of the thickness. The presence of the defects in improper ferroelectric materials increases the current without destroying the ferroelectricity. Thanks a lot for your attention.